Welcome to the world of the Obsidian Noob, and today I'm here with a big build, turning this green grassy area into something, well, a little more monumental. How about a great big pond with a pickaxe through the middle, giving these villagers in this location something to really shout about. We're going to start off with the base layer. It's going to be 5 in a horizontal line and then 4 diagonal, and we're going to repeat this process until we form the first base layer. Now this video is going to be helpfully split into sections for you with the timestamps in the description, so you can follow along and get onto the bit building the next part of your structure that's right for you, so you don't start making mistakes like this. Now this is great because it can be built with absolutely any blocks you want from anywhere in the game. For this one I'm using quartz and prismarine, and that's because I'm on creative mode, so I have the luxury of having absolutely everything available to me, because after all I am a noob. But hey, you can use absolutely anything you want, contrast between the different stone blocks, or even make it from wood. It's entirely up to you. But over the next 10 minutes or so, we're just going to finish this off, and before you know it, you have an awesome looking monument available in your world, whether you're playing in survival mode, or on something creative, or even a multiplayer realm. This is so simple, anyone can do it. So if you're following along real time, then well done. We're going to get ready now to change the middle bit, and what we want to do here is drop it down one layer and then put in a different contrasting block. So for this one I'm going to use prismarine, but I'm going to speed it up and edit it. So here you can see it being broken really quickly. We're going to put the prismarine in, which gives a nice contrast to the quartz when we put that water in, and with a bit of editing magic, that is all done, and this is what you should be left with. One layer deep and a double thick ring around the outside. Now we need to think about leaving a 2 space gap and then making a row of 7, and this is for the internal part of the base unit. So again, leave a 2 gap at the end, and then we're going to go 7 in a long line. You don't have to use the same bricks that I'm using here, but I like to contrast between 2 different ones just to give it a bit of a textured finish and look a little bit smarter than if it was all just one colour. You could use loads of different blocks here, but I think that the stone bricks look really quite nice and add to the age effect that we're going for with this pond. Then we're going to drop it one layer in and one layer up, and then we're going to try to follow, well, I'm going to try to follow the pattern of this as best as I can, but this isn't going to sit perfectly because I am a noob, and there we go. It kind of looks good, I think. I think it looks good. Hey, I'm not going to sell myself too short on this. I think that looks quite nice. It looks quite aged, and we're going to just finish off this row here before we fill in the middle. And you could hide something down there if you really wanted to, as like a little treasure for someone to find if you was having them bust up your world. But if you weren't, then this still looks really good. So last 4 blocks, 1, 2, 3, and let's have mossy again, 4. So that's the main base part done. It should look like that. Nice symmetrical gap all the way around it. And now we're going to go and start filling in the middle. So we want to find the second row in, right in the corner here. 1, 2, and we're going to go 3 high, and we're going to repeat that here with mossy, and then we're going to repeat it here again, and one more time, and this is going to give it a nice geometrical pillar going up. We need one in the middle, so we'll break that guy. And now we're going to start thinking about building upwards, but that all looks quite nice at the moment. It's all symmetrical, it's all in the middle, so we're going to go 1 and 2, and then we're going to go 1 off at each side. And now we need to start doing the curve of the U. So we're going to go out, break that one, and then we're going to go up and out and break that one, and then we'll go again on this side and again on the other side. There we go, keeping it all nice. That's our U done. Now I reckon we need to go up 1 more and out before we do our verticals. So let's spin this and go here. And what you're probably going to want to do is use some scaffolding for this, or at least have a huge pile of dirt that you can break easily. I appreciate it's going to take a lot longer to make this in survival than it will in creative, but hey, I'm a noob, so flying around suits me perfectly. There we go, that's 1, and again 2. Because you've got to make sure that you do your 2 diagonals, otherwise it won't look like a proper circle, like a ring. And then we'll go one more up there to finish it off. Cool, so that gives us most of the monument done. Now it's just the most difficult part, and that's building that huge great big pickaxe, but it's not that hard. Let's get into building the pickaxe right now. Now you want to measure this, so I would go level with the base of the circle, come out 3, so it's level with the end of the base unit, and because I'm using wood, I want to make sure that the grain all sits the right way up. There's no point in having some horizontal and some vertical, because that will just look really poor. And that's the thing, as much as I am a noob, I do take pride in these sort of creations, and I do think it looks really good. And one day when we're done with all the videos, maybe I'll put them all on a Realm server. You can come and have a play around with them, or smash them all up if that's what you like to do. But there we go. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to make sure that we've got the lighter of the wood. So for me, in this case, it's going to be using the normal oak. And it's wood, not planks, so we're going with that. And then we're going to constantly align it next to the dark, so we've got a dark up and then a dark to the right for each new layer, but it's going to form rows of 3 going up. So we've got 1, then we've got 2, and then we've got 3. Now we want to keep going with this and building this up. And I seem to think when I built this before, I wanted about 9, I think. Going up in a diagonal. We'll go for 9 and see how that goes. So we'll go up a few more. Let me just check how many have we got there. Let's just do this one. And then we'll have a quick count and check how far through we are. Okay. So we got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This will be the last one now. So we'll do one final one here. Because you need to give yourself enough clearance for when you build the top of the pickaxe. So that's done for the handle. And now we'll move on to building the actual top of the pickaxe itself. So the top of the pick, we want to make sure we end with 2 darker bits of wood before we head on to the stone. And it's going to be 2 up on that side, 2 up on that side, and then 2 up on this side as well. And now we're going to think about doing, let's see, where have we got to go next? We need to go round to the top of the pick, of course. So we're going to want 1 oak there. We're going to want 2 bits of dark just to finish that off. 1 there, and again, make sure that grain is going vertical, not horizontal. So that's that. Awesome. Yeah, that's good. Right, okay, let's finish off the rest of this pick then. So we're back over onto the stone bricks. So we've got those, and now we're going to go straight downwards. So from here, we're going to go, I think, 5 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, it looks good. And then we're going to go straight across the same amount as well. Keep it symmetrical. Even though the angle is different, the blocks is the same. Yeah, it looks really nice. Now let's give that a bit of an outline and a bit of a shadow. So for this one, we're going to use the dark slate, the dark bricks rather. Deep slate, that's the word I'm after. See, I am a noob. Right, here we go. And then up this side. Perfect. And then we just want to now finish off this last little bit around here. And I think the villagers will like this. It will certainly make it look more like a mining village. And of course you could change the tool if you wanted to. It's not that difficult to do. Just have a look at a pixelated image and you can work it all out with a bit of experimentation. There we go. That looks quite nice, doesn't it? Quite simple. So let's just put some water in it then. I've decided to edit this bit. It's nice and quick and simple. Now, you are going to need to make sure you get rid of this current flow and make sure it's all nice and stable like source block water, because you don't want to be bouncing around in it like that. You want to make sure that it's all nice and flat. So you need to go around and just wherever it looks a bit flat and you've got some water current moving, you're just going to correct it like this, and then that will put it to the point where it will all stop moving. So we've got a nice big gap there, so we'll fill that one, we'll fill that one, and it's starting to, yeah, it is starting to get there. Yeah, there we go. That's fixing it. So now it's all starting to become, there we go, flat water with no current. That's exactly how we want it. And we're just going to finish that off. And then that will be the end of the build. Really simple and really easy. It's not even really been 10 minutes. So it might take a little bit of time to follow through, but the description will have all the shopping list and things in it, and hopefully you should have something that looks like that. And I think now the only thing that's left for us to do is the signature panning out shot at the end. So yeah, that was easy, or relatively easy, and it looks pretty smart as well. Oh, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.